Hello, it is Monday. It's a new weekly reading vlog. I'm going to make this quick because it is so warm and I need to go get some more ice water because this is almost gone. And then try and sleep in this heat. I need to get these out of my hair because it's too, like, up here and I need, my head's hurting. My brain's not working. So before I do my book updates, obviously I mentioned in the end of last week's vlog about Belle. So she was being stubborn and not eating, which means she wasn't taking her medication, but they managed to get, like, her owners managed to get her to start eating, but she won't eat out of a bowl. She will eat like slices of ham and like tins of tuna, but out of your hand. So they're managing to get her to take a medication and she seems to be getting better. This heat is probably not helping. The decision was made that she usually comes to us on a Monday evening and goes home on a Wednesday evening because her owners have to work in the office, and she's never been alone, and she's too old to get used to being alone now, especially when she's ill. But this week she is not. She's just going to stay at home and not have to be moved in a hot car. But she seems to be doing better. Obviously the vlog went up today and I have seen a couple of people posting comments, so I really appreciate you. I didn't want to talk about it too much because, like, every time there's like anything even remotely wrong with her, my brain goes to Zami, and obviously we lost her like over 2 years ago, and it just makes me really sad, so I try not to think about it or talk about it too much. But I very much appreciate the thoughts being there. But anyway, it was my nephew's birthday today. So my oldest nephew, it was his birthday today. He's 23 now. Like, this is ridiculous. I remember going to the hospital on the day he was born to visit my sister with him. I have this vivid memory. She had the bed on the wall that was by the window, and I remember looking outside the window. Now I was like 8, 9. I remember looking outside the window and seeing rabbits running in and out of the bushes, and then I remember like sitting and holding him, and now he's like this much taller than me. But yeah, we was gonna get Chinese for dinner for his birthday, but our Chinese takeaway was not answering the phone, so I hope they're okay. Because I think the last time that happened, they'd had to like close for like a family emergency or something like that. So I hope they're okay. We ended up just getting KFC, which was still good, but it wasn't Chinese. But anyway, reading updates. So I did do sprints for Series TBR-a-thon for Tori yesterday, and I started The Warm Hands of Ghosts. I am like halfway through. I'm actually really enjoying this. So this is historical fiction, and it has a supernatural twist to it, but I don't think it's actual fantasy or supernatural. It's just got the twist to it from what I can gather, but I'm really enjoying it. I don't do World War One. I don't do history, but I especially don't do World War One and World War Two. It's just not my thing. I appreciate there are people out there that very much like those stories. I know Andy does, and I think Danny does as well, but they don't interest me. I wish they did. I wish they did. But this one is really good so far, and I genuinely do think it's just because of Catherine Arden's writing. She's just so good at writing, and the thing is, I don't really like lyrical writing, but her books are just so good. There's something about them, and I'm having a good time with this. It's a good book. And then I started my buddy read with Kelly today for Blood of Dragons, which is the final book in the Rainwild Chronicles. It is wild to think, that after this book, I think we only have one more trilogy. I don't know why I'm looking in this, because it won't be in this. Because we've read the Farseer trilogy, the Liveship Traders, the Tawny Man trilogy, and then this is the Rainwild Chronicles. So I think we've only got one more series after this, and then Elderlings is done, which, I'm going to be honest, as much as I absolutely adore the Live Ship Traders and I'm enjoying this one, I can't wait to be done with this series. The Live Ship Traders are the only books I will reread, I think, because I absolutely love those books. I kind of want to get physical copies of them, but we'll see, maybe. I probably won't do that until I move, because there's no point me getting them now, because I don't see myself rereading them anytime soon, but I do at some point. So, but I have the audiobook if I really want to reread them sooner. But yeah, anyway, enjoying this. There's one bit in particular that I was like, that's refreshing for a Robin Hood book, which I'm going to message my friend about. But yeah, and also, see, the sunburn I got on Saturday is not as bad as it looked on that vlog clip. I'm mostly red right now because I'm hot, not that I'm burnt. But I did not leave my house today. I didn't even go into the garden today, but it was really lovely because my friend popped around with her 5-month-old, and obviously it's the first time I've met her daughter, because I haven't seen this friend since 2020. Obviously lockdown and other things happened, but it was honestly such a lovely day. It was so lovely to see her, and yeah, it was her little girl is adorable, cutest baby. But yeah, that is my update. I'm now gonna down the rest of this and then go refill it, and I'm thinking I'm gonna get my cool towel. I don't know how else to explain it. It's like it's a special towel that you make wet and then obviously wring out, and then if you like snap it, it releases the cool. I don't know how it works, but I got one. Like, my mum has used them before. She's got like cheap ones, but then when I was in Florida, I got one and it changed my life while I was in Florida. So I got my mum one as like a Christmas present, like a stocking filler, and she uses hers all the time, and I dug mine out and I used mine the other day and I was like, yes. And I'm thinking I might use that to sleep, because I'm gonna struggle, because it was like 34 today and I don't do well. Like, I really don't do well in the heat. I am not a summer person. Like, I love it being like bright. I love it staying light until like later in the day. What I do not like is being out in the sun for too long, because I burn easily, and I don't like the heat. If we lived in a country where houses and all buildings were properly air conditioned, it would be different. Like, when I was in Florida, I didn't struggle as much as I thought I would in Florida, because we quite simply just, like, if we was walking down like the road in like Disney, we would just go into a shop that had aircon and we'd be fine. But we can't do that here, and it makes me sad. But anyway, I am babbling now. I'm gonna go and I'll catch up with you tomorrow. Hello, it is Tuesday. There is sunburn on top of my sunburnt now because I put the washing out on the line. Like, what the hell? So tomorrow, when I put the washing out on the line, I am gonna try and remember to put some sun cream on so this doesn't get even worse. Watch, tomorrow's gonna rain now and we won't be able to put the washing out. Belle update. So she seems to be responding pretty well to the antibiotics, and she seems to be like doing a lot better. She's still not 100%, which that's fair, she's halfway through a course of antibiotics, but she started acting like a diva again, which that's a good sign. She's acting like a little spoilt brat again, which is amazing. Obviously nothing's out of the woods, like she's not out of the woods until she will have a follow-up appointment after the antibiotics are done, and obviously they'll retest and rescan and everything to make sure everything is cleared up. But yeah, the fact that she's starting to act like a diva again is a good sign. It's a good sign. But reading updates. So I read today's Buddy Read pages of Blood Dragons. Again, enjoyed the pages. They're not like the these weren't like the most action filled. Stuff happened obviously, and we had our first POV in this book of some characters that I was waiting for their POV, so that was good. enjoying this still. And then I finished the Warm Hands of Ghosts. Now me and Ash did some private sprints this evening because I wanted to get this finished, and I was halfway through. And I said to her, I was like, it's not going to be a 5-star, but it will be no lower than a 3, but I'm thinking a 4. So I put this through CawPile, and this come out as a 5. This was so beautifully done. I don't even know how to describe this without spoiling. I loved, for me, it's the writing. The writing and the plot for this was just so well done. Catherine Arden's writing always gets a 10 out of 10 for me, because she just has this way. Atmosphere was like beautiful and haunting. That's not supposed to be a pun because it's ghosts, but like I really liked how the book was paced. So you get like chapters going back and forth between Laura and Freddie. Freddie's are set 3-4 months before Laura's, and it's seeing the journeys at separate times, and it was so cleverly done, and it was just it was beautiful, and I absolutely loved the ending. It was a very bittersweet ending, but I'm glad it ended how it did, even if it wasn't like, even if it was bittersweet, I'm glad that it ended how it did. I think it was a really perfect way of wrapping up the book, and it was just it was just stunning, and I'm obsessed. I genuinely thought this would be one that I read and then unhaul, but here we are, this ain't getting unhauled. So yeah, but this was oh my god, was this not even on my TBR? No, this was not on my TBR at all, because I forgot to add it to my TBR. Oops. But tomorrow I'll be starting the Inheritance games, because my audiobook Hold at the Library for that has come in. So I am currently charging up, I can't show you because this lead's really short. I'm charging up my Kindle because I have the ebook on my Kindle, so I'm going to do that. But I'm really tired. The heat today has just been so draining. When I went to Florida, I got one of these cooling towels, and I got it partly because it was Disney and partly because I wanted the cooling towel, and I was like, do you know what, this is going to help. And I have used this so much over the last few days. I fell asleep with this on me last night, which I think really helped. I'll be doing the same again tonight. But yeah, my hair has been up in a bun all day because I'm like, I need it out of my face and away from my neck. So that has been my day today while I've been working. But I'm now gonna go refill my water bottle because that ice water is gone, and I will catch up with you tomorrow. Hello, it is Wednesday. I'm gonna make this quick because it is nearly midnight. I was on gem sprints tonight and was very productive. But during the day, I read my Bunny Read pages for Blood of Dragons. We're like, how far in are we now? We're like 190 pages in, so creeping towards the halfway mark. Still really enjoying this. It's all starting to come together now and I'm loving it. And then on gem sprints, I started the Inheritance games. Now I've got the audiobook from my library, but I've had the e-arc. This book came out in 2020. This is so bad. Like, I've had this since 2020 and I haven't read it, but I'm finally getting around to it. And I started it on Gem's first sprint, and in the 3 sprints, I got 71% into it. I am hooked. Like, what? Why have I waited so long to read this? What? I am counting on the last 29% not to let me down, because this could be a 5-star. I have already reserved the second book at the library. The Hold, I've got a 6-week wait at least, but that's fine. That's fine. But I am going to need the second book soon. So yeah. So there's that. I'm really enjoying it. The thing is, I was worried I wasn't going to enjoy this, because when I requested this back in 2020, I was really into books like this, like mystery thriller type books. And I think I just watched like Knives Out or something, and I was like, someone said this was like Knives Out, and I was like, oh my god, yes. And I completely understand where the Knives Out vibes come from this. It is not like Knives Out in the sense of, like, it's not the same plot. There are some similarities, but it is very much has the vibes of it, and I am so here for it. But yeah, I was really worried because I don't really read these types of books like ever anymore. So I was a little bit worried, but so far it's doing me well. I'm going to finish this tomorrow. So yeah, I'm in the office tomorrow, which I'm not looking forward to travelling into the office because it's too warm to be doing that. But it's fine, I'm going to get the Elizabeth line, which is air conditioned. But for that, I need to go to sleep. I'll give you full thoughts. There might be some like hands up spoilery thoughts tomorrow for the Inheritance games. But right now, I need to go to sleep. So I'll catch up with you tomorrow. Hello, it is Thursday. It's been a little bit cooler today, but I'm still really, really warm. I had to go into the office as well, but so while I was in the office, it was amazing because it was like I had to put my cardigan on because the aircon was so nice. It was great, I loved it, but then I had to get on a train and come home. But work was actually a little bit busier today. I had stuff to do, which makes a change. Someone's going to be off for a few weeks, so us assistants have been asked if we can help, and I sent an email yesterday or the day before saying, oh, I can help because my workload is quiet at the moment. And then today I got like a big workload. So yeah, but reading wise, I did my Buddy Read pages of Blood of Dragons. There wasn't really much to report from today's pages, apart from a scene that I wasn't a massive fan of, but also wasn't the worst scene I've ever read in a Robin Hood book. And I thought the way it was handled was a lot better than other scenes I have read. So yeah, we are like halfway through. And then I finished The Inheritance Games by Jennifer Lynn Barnes, and friends, why have I waited this long to read this book? This was a 5-star, an almost perfect 5-star, which I was not expecting at all. I don't know if I said yesterday, but I've already reserved the audiobook for book 2, but it's a 6-week wait and I don't want to wait that long. So am I probably going to get it sooner? Probably. I don't think it's making it into my September TBR. But this was my May the TBR Be With You for Han Solo, a book with a heist or criminal activity. This definitely had criminal activity, easily. And also the Knives Out vibes were just so there and I loved it. And then for Series TBR-a-thon, this was my roller coaster fast paced. Let me tell you, this book fits this prompt. This was so fast paced. There was so much happening in such a small amount of time, but it didn't feel disjointed. It worked. The pacing was so well done, and I'm already invested in all of the characters' lives. Like, I'm already ready for book 2. I am in the Hawthorns' lives now. And I'm here for it. So yeah, new favourite book. I don't know whether to actually purchase the physical books because I feel like this is going to be a series I reread, but do I wait until I've read book 2? Because then I'm like 2 out of 3 knowing I love. So I'm thinking I might read book 2 and then decide whether I'm going to get them. But if I do get them, I want the US paperbacks because I prefer that cover, and also they're floppy. So we'll see. But yeah, so I finished this on my way home from work. So tonight I read volume 28 of Attack on Titan. Now I've got volumes 28, 29 and 30 on my Libby, and I like to read 3 volumes in a go, but I am so tired I can't do it. So I just read 28, and now I'm hating myself a little bit for not reading it when I can read all 3, because volume 28 ended on such a big cliffhanger, and I'm like, I don't need sleep, I need answers, except I do need sleep. So I have stopped and I will be going to bed now. But yeah, so much is happening and I'm so close to the end. Like, I have got 29, 30, 31, 32, 33 and 34. And then I'm done. When we came into 2024, I had only read 3 volumes. What happened? Oops. Was it 3 volumes or 6 volumes? I'd either read 1 or 2 bind-ups. I can't remember at this point, but I've read a lot this year. But anyway, I'm gonna go and get ready for bed. So I'll catch up with you tomorrow. Hello, it is Friday. Oh, thank God it's the weekend. I'm so ready to do not much for the next 2 days. Work has been really busy this week, so it's sort of thrown me off a little bit. But I got my buddy read pages of Blood of Dragons read. Once again, not a huge one, although we have started getting some information about something, and I have theories, and I'm going to do a spoilery thing because I know like these books have been out forever, but I don't want to spoil them if you're planning on reading them. So when my hand goes down, I'm finished on spoilers. So spoilers, I think, so I'm like this far in, I think Malta and Rain are going to manage to save their baby, but one of them or both of them are going to die in the process. And I never thought I'd say this, but I don't want Malta to die or lose her husband or baby. Like, Malta is the best character redemption I have ever seen in any series ever. And I never thought, when I read Live Ship Traders, I never thought I would like Malta. But here we are. So yeah, that is my theory. I'm going to find out in the next couple of days because this is all we've got left. But yeah, I am looking forward to finishing off this series. And I am enjoying it. And then I read volumes 29 and 30 of Attack on Titan, and obviously both 5 stars. Volume 30 ended on a massive cliffhanger, so I was like, well, I guess I've got 4 more volumes left. Let's go to my library. When I tell you, I have got a 2-week wait for volumes 31, 32, 33 and 34. I don't want to wait 2 weeks. I have got to pop to my library tomorrow because a hold has come in for one of my books for next month, and I am gonna see if they have the physical copies. I don't think they do because it was hell. The reason I've been reading them on like ebook version is because trying to get the physical copies at my library has been hell, so I just gave up and started getting the ebook versions. But I think I am gonna have a little look, see if they got them. I don't want to wait 2 weeks. Jem understands my pain. She was getting updates of what was happening in what I was reading, and she understands why I'm so distraught that I can't just go on to volume 31 now. My goal was to get Attack on Titan completed before Jem's birthday. Jem's birthday is mid-September. I think it's gonna happen. So yeah, but I do have a fairly big TBR still. I've decided A Court of Silver Flames I'm gonna dedicate next weekend because we've got the 48-hour weekender. I'm not going to be present for for a fair amount of that on Saturday because I'm meeting up with my friend and we're going to see Six because she's never seen it before, and I'm being a good friend and going with her. Like, I'm not getting anything out of that. So I'm saving a Court of Silver Flames for that weekend because I should be able to get that read Friday and Sunday. I'm going to try and get some read Saturday morning, but I can get that done Friday and Sunday if I put my mind to it. Extinction Trials and role playing, I'm taking up to Ashes with me. Because we're going to try and just like read some physical books because I've been struggling and I want to try and get back into the process of reading a book without an audiobook. Because don't get me wrong, it's great, but it's not helpful when I really want to read a book and I can't get hold of the audiobook for it. Because then I struggle, which I found out from reading The Exiled last month. So yeah, Sea Glass I think is going to be a next week book because it's an audiobook and I can read that after I've done buddy read pages of this and I'm starting Born of Blood and Ash. Queen Bee is not going to take long at all. Spy Family and Card Captors are not going to take long because they're just volumes of manga. But yeah, Extinction Trials and role playing I'm going to take with me to Ashes. Barbarians Taming, I think I'm going to try and read that this weekend. We'll see. I might just start Sea Glass this weekend. I don't know. And then I can't remember what else is on my TBR that I don't have physically because my planner is downstairs. I think that might be it. Because Queen Bee and Secrets of Blackthorn Manor aren't actually on my TBR for this month, but I want to read them. There is a dog barking somewhere. I've never heard that dog before. That's a big dog. We only have small yappy dogs around here. That's odd. But anyway, so yeah, Alfie, the 16-year-old nephew, is here still. He's here till next Wednesday, I think. But we have one of my brother's kids, Zach here, who is 11, and he came today and he's going home next Friday, so it's gonna be really nice to spend some time with him because we don't get to see my brother's kids often because obviously they're a lot younger, they can't travel on their own. So my brother brought him today and he's spending, usually we get like a day with all of them, so we have to share our time out, but we're actually going to get some one-on-one time with Zach, which is going to be really lovely. Don't know if he'll pop his head into my sprints. He might do, he might not. My brother is absolutely fine with him like being in the background if he wants to be. So it is completely up to my nephew if he says hi to everyone on sprints. I'm not going to force him, it's up to him. But I wanted to check with my brother first because that is the responsible thing to do because he's not my child. But yeah, so bit of a ramble. I'm so tired. I just feel I used my lunch break today to pop to Lidl because we were out of bread, and I ended up getting more than just bread because this is me, of course I did. There was loads of snacky bits and they were all on offer and I was like, oh, guess I'm getting all these. And then I decided, because I hadn't had lunch, I got myself like a little sushi tray. I've got this burst of energy, so I can tell I'm about to crash like properly, but I need to plait my hair so that it's up out of my face. But anyway, I am really babbling. You can tell I'm about to crash. I'm gonna stop talking and I'm gonna go because I want to go to bed. It is it is 8:37 on a Friday evening and I'm getting ready for bed. This is ridiculous, but I'm tired, so I'll catch up with you tomorrow. Hello, it is Saturday. I look sunburnt again, but I'm not because I've not been outside today. I don't know. I have reading updates and they're great. So I read my buddy read pages of Blood of Dragons. We are now so close to the end. We have 3 days pages left. I genuinely don't know how it's gonna end, but there was a fist pump moment. Something happened and I was like, yes. Spoilers, I need to do spoilers. I fist pumped when Elise and Cedric stuck up, like stood up against Hess. I hate that man. He doesn't deserve any sort of happiness. So when they stuck up, when he's like trying to act like, oh, you've been brainwashed to forget me, you're my wife, Cedric, was I unfaithful? And he's like, yes. 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 So yeah, that made me very happy. So yeah, I read that. And then my plan was to start this today and finish it tomorrow. I read the whole thing today. This was a 5-star. I need to message Emma. I had so much fun with this. 5-star. What is it with there actually being a plot in some of these books now? I did not pick up these books to have any sort of plot, because let's be real, the earlier books have no plot. The plot is just smut. But this, it was so good. Like, the plot aside from the romance side was so good. Like, I fully was like this at one point, like reading the book, because I was just shook. I'm having so much fun reading these books because they're so good, and I don't want to wait for the next one, but I don't actually know when it's coming out. I need the pre-order to come out because I don't want to just read them all on script. Although I was reading along with the audiobook, and it is literally random words here and there that are different, and then obviously they have the additional epilogues which are not in the audiobooks. So I could read the rest of the series and then just read the additional epilogues as they come out, but no, because I'm just really enjoying this. But this, the Series 2 BR-a-thon, this is the one that had me in a giggling fit. So this was the Log Flumes hyped book. Emma has hyped these up so much, and I'm hyping them up so much. It was just the picture that was used for Log Flumes that made it so perfect that I had picked a romance. So yeah, great end to the vlog, because I'm going to wrap this vlog up now because it's Saturday. Great end to the vlog. I have no idea what I'm starting tomorrow, but that's okay because tomorrow is another day and that's fine. So I'm going to wrap this vlog up now. I hope you have enjoyed. If you did, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you next time. Bye.